Hey everyone, recently Mediatonic, the developers for Fall Guys, took to social media to basically confirm that the game is coming free to play for everyone to go ahead and enjoy without having to actually purchase the title. And not only that, the game is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and Epic Games Store. In this video, I want to try to answer one specific question, and that is the fact is if this game is actually going to run relatively well onto the Nintendo Switch, because basically all signs point to third-party titles not necessarily always executing the limited hardware for the Nintendo Switch rather well. So basically this game could run into problems when it comes to the online experience. Now, we all know infamously that the developers had issues when this game originally launched back on the PlayStation 4. Basically, it became available, I believe, on PlayStation Plus, and they had issues with the servers. They simply couldn't keep up with the million-plus players that tried to log in very much on day one. So that was kind of unexpected. It was a pretty hype release, and since then, they've kind of stabilized the experience, adding more servers and making it a private experience where you can even have private lobbies as well. So this has become a little bit of a more solid experience when it comes to online gaming. However, we do know that the Nintendo Switch struggles when it comes to these type of experiences and having so many players on screen. We're not even talking performance, since we expect Mediatonic to be able to tackle that rather well. Since the game is very well optimized now for PlayStation 4, we expect them to do the very same thing for the Nintendo Switch. However, when it comes to online experiences and playing with other people all at the same time, we've seen these things with like Pokemon Sword and Shield, for example. Whenever you're out in the open area, you're having performance drops because there's just so many players in that same side of the map. And that certainly can bring down the experience to a point that it's just very unpleasant to play. And because this game is very responsive, it's not like Pokemon where it's actually turn-based and a little bit slow and methodical. This game is very much highly responsive. It requires you to have perfect precision at certain moments in time. Having performance issues and struggles is not going to be something that a lot of people are going to want to deal with. You can also expect that to multiply tenfold by the fact that the game is now becoming free to play. And this is something that I've seen a lot of people discuss when it comes to, is this really going to be just pay to win? It doesn't necessarily seem to be that way. They are introducing something along the lines of like what Fortnite does with V-Bucks. They're calling them show bucks, which is some sort of in-game currency you're going to earn in-game or through the season pass to be able to purchase all your unlockables, your little costumes and stuff like that. So that's going to be beneficial to people who don't necessarily want to pay up front to buy the game, but for those who just simply wish to be able to unlock extra goodies by playing the game, maybe the trade-off is going to be not necessarily all that there. With the inclusion of season passes, though, you're still just going to be able to earn rewards nonetheless, and the game's always had like purchasable skins and things, so it's not like they're really doing something all that dramatic. Season 1 will be launching on June 21st, and again, free to play now on the Nintendo Switch, on Xbox, on PlayStation, and of course on an Epic Games Store, which interestingly enough, they did mention that people who are playing on Steam are not going to have the option to continually download the game in the future, which is really interesting. So I'm guessing it's just becoming Epic Games Store exclusive is what they're really trying to say. But cross saves are going to basically allow you to bring in your saves from presumably Steam onto the Epic Games Store, and it's not going to be a problem. It's just a whole launcher exclusivity situation with a lot of people on PC not being a very big fans of. At the end of the day, I do have my doubts when it comes to the Nintendo Switch experience being fluid when it comes to being online. Again, a lot of people playing all at the same time. It really boils down to, do you have a good connection to the servers? Remember that you're most likely on Wi-Fi if you're playing on handheld. Even docked, most people don't have it necessarily wired. Even though if you have an OLED, you do have the option to wire it up directly without a dongle adapter, but still a lot of people just choose not to opt into that. And at the end of the day, you know, the servers are pretty much going to do the heavy lifting, and you know, presumably day one is going to be some issues, but down the road I would hope that the performance on the game gets optimized. This is something that Fortnite always struggled with. We already have that as an example where Fortnite just continually struggled on the Nintendo Switch, and at some point they just kind of give up and they just said, you know, the game will be what it is on Switch, and it's not really a great optimal experience. It's playable, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's not optimal. If you certainly want to play for, you know, that victory royale, you're definitely going to struggle on the Nintendo Switch. But that's about all the details that I wanted to go over. Basically my exact thoughts on this game actually performing rather well or not on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm definitely hoping to hear your guys' takes on this. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!